Welcome to Friday's Financial Fitness. Last week I discussed the horrific number of unemployment claims that have been filed over the past 10 weeks. Today I want to discuss specifically the impact that the coronavirus has had on our overall economy as measured by our GDP. GDP, or gross domestic product, is a measure of the market value of the finished goods and services of a particular economy. In other words, it's the overall output from a particular economy. A common way to look at GDP is to look at the overall GDP, which is the overall size of the economy, or you can look back at the growth of the economy as compared to a previous year. According to the Bureau of Economic Analysis, or BEA, the total GDP in America in 2019 was $21.4 trillion. As you can see from the graph, from the balance, the GDP is made up of three components. The first is government spending, which in 2019 was approximately 17%. The second is business investment, which was around 18%, and the majority of the GDP is consumer spending, which was 69%. And then we have to take away the net exports, leaving us with the total GDP. As you can see, the majority of our country's overall output is based on consumer spending. Tying this into last week's discussion with unemployment reaching record highs, consumer spending is expected to decline substantially for this year. The other challenge with GDP is due to the closing down of the overall economy, consumers were not able to spend money like they had in previous quarters. According to the Bureau of Economic Analysis, first quarter GDP for this year was negative 5% from the first quarter of 2019. And according to the Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta, their latest estimates for the second quarter GDP is negative 52.8% compared to the second quarter last year. The impact of shutting down the economy not only affects people working, but obviously the overall output of a country measured by the GDP. Next week in our series, I will share with you the impact the coronavirus has had on the overall corporate earnings.